Hey folks, welcome back to Hanbleceya Ranch. Now over the last 2 days, Jen and I have spent an enormous amount of time cleaning up the yard of snow. The reason being is tomorrow we're expected to get 5 to 8 inches, and then in a few more days we're supposed to get 10 to 16 inches. Now that's a lot of snow on the ground and the yard and our buildings that already have a lot of snow. So today we're taking you folks along with us as we wrap up our preparations for this major winter storm. Well, 2 of them that are coming over the next few days. This time of year is typically when we'll get our biggest, wettest, heaviest storms. Thankfully though, this one looks like it's going to be fluffy, or at least light, since the temperatures are extremely cold. I mean, this has been hands down the coldest winter that Jen and I have faced since we've been here. We've burned through more wood this year than we have in previous years. The reason we're wanting to clean the snow up is when we get more snow, we need someplace to put it. And so we want to make sure that we have adequate spots to put it. For instance, right along here, you can kind of see this trail that I made. I used the tractor, got all this big snow pile that was here out of the way. There's another one up by the cabin that I got rid of. And really, we're just dumping it all in here, and I'm trying to push it out into the woods so that when it comes time to start melting, it's going to melt and it's going to drain out in the woods, not in the yard area. Now, what I'm working on right now is actually over by the kitchen, but this is a great example of what we're looking for. So there's about 6 inches of snow up here, and it may not seem like a lot, but that's an enormous amount of weight. And if we do get another 8 inches tomorrow, that's going to get that up, 12 inches. And if we get another 16 inches, I mean, we're looking at, over 2 feet up there. Well, that is an enormous amount of weight. And so what we're trying to do is use our rakes, and we're pulling off as much of the snow as we possibly can. So let's head over to the cabin. I'll show you what Jen's already done. So this morning, Jen had worked on the cabin, getting the snow off as much as she could reach. We're going to come behind her and try to see if we can't get some more off. Now, could we leave the snow on the roof? Absolutely. Is it going to do anything? No, but it's a lot of weight. And since we're able to remove it, we're going to remove it. Because I know once that snow starts coming, we're not going to be out here working, especially if it's dumping as fast as they're talking about it dumping. So we want to get all this work done beforehand. That way we don't have to worry about it come the day it snows. We have to use the ladder to be able to reach higher up on the roof. To be frankly honest, we're a bit vertically challenged. It's important to get the snow off of the hallway, primarily because I don't have soffit vents and a ridge cap, so there's no ventilation against the roof. I really don't want to have a lot of weight because we are forming ice dams up on it. Those ice dams in turn can cause a leak if there's any bad spots in the roof. Now, a few years ago after we installed it, I went back through with silicone and pulled all of the screws out and siliconed them up. So there shouldn't be any issues with it, but we don't really want to test that theory. It's easier for us just to pull the snow off and keep it free of snow. We had a massive ice jam right above the door. So when we talk about ice jams at the end of the roof, this is what we're talking about. This is a prime example of an ice jam, and that is thick. That is super thick. So I'm kind of glad that we're busting this up. So in addition to the ice jams forming at the end of the roof line, it'll also form at the junction between where the end of the roof is of the cabin and the beginning of our porch roof. Now the reason it forms there is simply because we have cool air that comes up right at the edge and it freezes the melting water off of the roof. That in turn creates the ice and creates an ice jam. Okay, so we've got the cabin pretty much done as best we're going to be able to do. Next, I want to head over here to the garage. I want to take a look at that and see if we can't get some of the snow off of the roof. I'm not so sure how effective it's going to be, but let's give it a shot. So the next thing we're going to try to clean here is the lean-to shed. It's the addition onto the shed that we have. So we're going to get that clean and I'll show you what it looks like. So after about 20 minutes of scraping, we got this side cleaned off. This is exhausting. Moving snow it's simple work, but it's just exhausting.
This is Bob?
This is Bob.
This is?
This is. Yeah, this is Bob.
I thought that was Bob.
Well, that's Bob. That is Bob. I told you the story about Bob. Well, of course, you know who Bob is. Well, yeah. So Bob is the phone because when we first started doing our videos, I didn't like talking to my phone. I didn't like talking to the camera. So I named the camera Bob, and...
So he talks to Bob a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So Bob's my buddy. Bob's you guys. It just lets me be more conversational with the phone. So, but I was just thinking we should get the snowblower out.
Yeah.
For this tomorrow's
snow.
Snow, yeah. We haven't had it out in a couple years. We haven't needed it.
No.
No, but we need to get it running.
Yeah, make sure everything's tip-top so that way between tomorrow's not going to be too bad.
No.
But Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday's going to be bad. Well, right now they're saying it's like 10 to 16.
Right.
So, which is crazy because our first winter was like 10 to 16, like every snowfall that we had for like 3 months straight.
And the snow was also taller than me.
Yeah, I mean, we have the picture. The snow is like, the piles are like this big. It was crazy. But we haven't seen a lot of snow the last couple of years.
No, it hasn't been. Well, now we said that, thanks. You just cursed us.
That's okay. We have all the tools that we need to get rid of the snow.
You have all the tools you need.
I only need her to believe in me, and that I can do anything. Do you believe in me?
Of course I do.
See, that's it.
If I didn't believe in you, I sure as hell wouldn't be out here with you.
That's true. That's true. And that's all I need. I just need her to believe in me, and we can conquer the world. Well, let's just conquer our property here in Maine first. So, Rex, that chicken, man, I tell you, there is really nothing more awesome than being out here and hearing him do that. It just really makes the whole lifestyle feel real. But you got to remember, this is coming from somebody who grew up in the city, so I love hearing him. All right, so getting back to the roof here. This roof here, I can't really get the ladder over. There's nowhere for me to put the ladder. So what we're going to do, because I'm not going to be able to reach it, is right now I've got our plastic rake on, but I also have a metal rake that actually has a much longer pole on it, all the way to there. So by switching the heads, it'll give me another, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet. So we're going to do that and then see how much snow we can get off this roof. So that's about the best as we're going to get here on this side of the shed. But that's more than enough, I think. So we're going to leave that there and move on. All right, so the next thing we've got to do is we have all the snow that's piling up on the side of the chicken run. The reason it's piling up is as snow falls onto the top of the roof, it falls off of the roof and then just packs in over here. Well, with the big storms that we have coming, I need this space cleared out because there's going to be a ton of snow up on this roof and it needs someplace to go. The concern is if we just leave it here, it's going to continue to pile up and put pressure on the plastic and on the wall of the run. Worst case scenario, it'll rip a hole in the plastic and the snow will fall through, and it'll also give the chickens, a place where they can get out of the run. We don't want that. So very carefully with my shovel, I'm going to try to scrape this away from the plastic and throw it over into the garden. Well, that'll do it. We've got more than enough space now, so when that snow falls, we knock it off. There's someplace to go, and it's not going to threaten the run. All right, so now that we've got most of the snow off the roofs that we needed to get off, we've got the snow moved off of the chicken run. Now it's time to get the tractor out because I still have some piles I've got to move. I got some snow I got to clean up. Try and make as much space as possible so when we get these new storms, I have someplace to plow it. So now that we got the tractor out, now we've got to start moving some snow piles. So basically what we're going to try to do is we're going to get rid of all of this snow here and we're going to move it out into the woods. All right, so we are done for the day. I couldn't film anything because every time I set my phone up, I do a little filming on the tripod. And then my phone would shut off because it's so damn cold. But I'm going to show you guys what we did here. So we cleaned out all of the snow piles along this area, all the way along the fence, or the raspberry patch and the blueberry or the strawberry patch. Got all that cleaned out. We also got some of the snow that was out here in front of the cabin. We got that cleaned out. And then back here, we had to make some bigger snow piles. We made some space because we found out that in a few days we're going to get more than just 5 to 8 inches. So from the sounds of it, tomorrow we're getting 5 to 8, but then in a few days it was 5 to 8 during the day, 5 to 8 at night, but it looks like now it's 13 to 20 during the day. That's a lot of snow to dump during the day. So I had to make sure that we had enough room. Additionally, we also wanted to clean off all of the roofs to get those ready to get more snow on them. So we did that. Yeah, it's been a long day of prepping for the more snow, which is not bad because I still haven't got my snow machines out. So I'm hoping to get my snow machines out after this big storm. That'd be really nice. All right, well, I am freezing my ass off. My hands and my toes are just brutally cold. They're almost on the verge of hurting. They're so cold. We've got everything done that we needed to get done. Jen's in the cabin here. She's in there cooking dinner. So we're gonna wrap this up. Holy smokes, look at that. What a beautiful sunset. We even got a plane. Oh, it's a beautiful sunset. You know, it's important to note that, you know, this lifestyle, living off grid, homesteading, you know, a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of Instagrams, TikToks. There is a real beauty about living out here. But if you are living at least in the northeast of Maine, there is a very real reality too. This is not easy work, you know, and sometimes, you know, some people might say it's redundant and you don't have to do that, but you don't. But then you have to suffer, you know, through it later. So we like to be prepared and you know, look ahead and make sure that things like, you know, cleaning off our roofs, cleaning the snow piles that we have in our yard out to the woods is done before another storm, so that it just makes life a little easier for us when those storms come. So it's tough work. It's hard work. It's worth it. It's so worth it though. All right, folks. Well, thanks a lot for sticking around watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you folks on the next video.